and it is.
Well, you were also sharing with me that obviously because you're a worshiper and how God has communicated in music to you and your brothers, because actually you showed me a video that's on what is it, YouTube or
yes.
is it on your website?
Okay, if you want to go to our website, go to daychiropractic.com. What we're in the middle of doing is putting some videos up. So if you like some of the songs that I've mentioned, and even some old things like Model Church and some real crazy things, go to daychiropractic.com and find there's a video. Along the top of it, there's a section of video. Click that, and then you get educational videos and you'll get music videos. If you click music video, the one I was showing you was my brother John did one on a series on the book of Job when he was at Western Seminary. He now went to Dallas Theological Seminary, has his doctorate, but when he was getting his master's, one of his assignments with Dr. Allen was you could either write a thesis paper or write some music about the book of Job. He chose to write, so he wrote 7 songs on the book of Job. And this first one that I got loaded yesterday was called Ever Praised. And we took it to our pastor, and we're probably going to use that as a theme because he's going to be preaching in the book of Job in the summer and into the fall. So God is going to use this assignment that John did 20 years ago, and it's going to help today rebuild, our spirits and our thoughts towards the concepts.
And I heard one of the songs, and it's very good.
It's amazing.
Really very nice. Now, again, that's going to be at, what's the website?
Daychiropractic.com.
Daychiropractic.com.
Yep.
And so you can go to that website and take a look.
Yeah, and we'll be and if you're interested and you have computer access, I will be adding things. For instance, on the educational video side, I've got my first one is on headaches. I'm working right now on one on stress. And then we'll be talking about another one, degenerative arthritis, and there's going to be some other informational videos. So if you want to go to that section, that will continually be expanded. And the music, if we play anywhere or do some things like that, like the Three of Us Brothers, I posted several videos like "Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior," also some different songs. If you go to that same website and just click on the thing, it'll take you to YouTube and it'll play the right song.
Not only that, but if you'd like to, I understand you're open to other musicians coming.
Yes.
Although it's over in Portland.
Yeah, bring a carload or a van load or something.
And go and play.
Yes.
All right, now there's another reason for the guitar, and we're going to find that out in just a few moments, but we need to take a break, and we're going to be returning and find out more about Dr. Day and about what God has been doing in his life, and just awesome to hear his heart. And we're going to be back in just a few moments here on Mars Hill Today. Welcome back to Mars Hill Today. I'm Pastor Joe Gonzalez, and we have with us in our studios Dr. David Day. He is with Day Chiropractic. They're out in Portland. And we'll give you some phone numbers or a phone number and also the address. It'll be there listed in the screen and a website.
Yes.
So we've been talking about what that website again?
Daychiropractic.com.
Daychiropractic.com. And so we've been talking a bit about, not only the fact that you're a chiropractor, that you are a worshiper, and how God has been working in you. And then one of the interesting things is that you were telling me that in a sense, by you building this guitar, not only has it helped you to resolve some issues and going through some things in your life, but in a sense is representative, even if you will, of our body.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about how it represents our body.
So
because I haven't plucked my myself recently.
Well, okay. So if you think about an instrument, there's a vibrational frequency. Now, if it's out of tune, it will be in dissonance, right? So you want to tune it. You'll see this, you go to an orchestra, before you hear all the tuning of each of the instruments. Before you go on stage, you'll hear them, you'll tune them. And where do you tune an instrument? You tune it at the neck.
It's true.
And so I start thinking about this, saying, you know what? If this represents our body, the tuning of the neck is crucial. So I start thinking about the nerve system. I go, you know what? The nerves to every part of your body passes through the neck. It's like that neck is a crucial area in your spine. So if there's something, even if it's just slightly out of alignment, it could affect your big toe. Like you might have a numb toe, or your hip might be sore, or your ankle might be, you might have any number of things wrong with you. The problem is if the source of the interference is actually in the neck and we never check that, or we don't fix it, you're going to continue to have the problem. You see, now, I'm not a fan of a lot of medications, right? You talked about the headaches and things like that. I would rather people, instead of, it's so easy to take, if we have a headache, it's so easy to go down to a store and buy an Advil and it suppresses the headache pain. I don't like that concept though, because what if there's something wrong? What if that's the only warning signal that there's something wrong with the alignment in your neck? And what you just did is you covered up your symptom instead of dealing with the root cause. I would like people, really, I think everybody who has a nerve system, that would be everybody who's alive, should have your nerve system carefully checked and analyzed and make sure that the nerve system is functioning the way it is. Now, having some tools to analyze that is really helpful. Obviously, x-rays are part of it, but having some imaging technology that we have is really good. But if there is a subtle misalignment there, you will be like an instrument that's out of tune. You won't have a harmonic resonance to you. You'll be kind of shriveled up, or things just won't work right. I mean, people come to me, they have things like low energy, or they can't think. They remember when they were younger, they could remember stuff. And now they're sitting here, I'm 53 years old, and I can't remember what you find yourself in a room to get something, and you go, why am I here? Gone into that room for something. And that might be the sort of, so then people get, oh no, I'm getting Alzheimer's. Well, don't assume that. Why don't you think instead that maybe my nerve system's not firing at 100%. And what you do, it really has nothing to do with pain, because pain is less than 10% of the nerves in your body. You can have interference in the nerve system, you don't have a single pain nerve irritated, all right? But it still may be your problem. So that's the role, that's what I take really seriously. Someone comes to me, I have to take a careful look at their whole body, but pay particular attention to that neck. Make sure even subtle distortions are paid careful attention to.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, a neurologist.
Yes.
So what's the main difference between a neurologist and a person who's a chiropractor? Is that a comparison, or a good comparison, or not?
It is, although like I'm enrolled right now in a 3-year process in the program is called functional neurology. Chiropractors are thinking more about how your body works rather than the for instance, a neurologist. Virtually all of the neurologists spend most of their day doing testing like for carpal tunnel and some nerves that might be pinched off, and ultimately that is then used to do a surgery. They're looking and measuring with these needle probes, and they can spend every single day of their career doing nothing but these nerve conduction velocity tests. They will often look at, maybe they might look at some MRIs to look for MS or some of these types of conditions that have some anatomical basis to them. The problem is, so many times people are coming in and just parts of their body aren't working from a functional standpoint. They really don't have that much to offer if there isn't anything that's really badly wrong. The neurologist can really help. I mean, if you have a blown disc that's putting pressure on a nerve and the muscle is starting to atrophy, they'll be able to find it and figure out exactly where it is. But if you do things like, I'm kind of numb in these fingers, the neurologists never test the sensory nerves. They only test the motor nerves. Now they could, but they don't get paid for it, so nobody does. They don't do dermatomal somatosensory evoked potentials. I mean, they could do that, but it's too controversial, so they can get fully paid doing the nerve conduction velocity test. So that's, I guess, so from what actually happens in practice, these wonderful neurologists are set and they're doing great work. They analyze, there's enough cases where there's those types of things that they can stay busy just doing that, and that's what they do.
Well, now, do you